百聞は一見にしかずという言葉があります。これを、英語で言うと何て言うでしょうか。5秒間で考えてみてください。では答えこれです。A picture is worth a thousand words。一つの写真で千の言葉を、表すことができるということなんですけれども、私はそうですね、この話の中で写真の話をすることになります。で、今回は見て聞いて、楽しんでいただければと思います。よろしくお願いいたします。はい、それでは、百聞は一見にしかずと聞きますと、このピクチャーじゃないですよね。多分私たちが思ったのは多分これだと思います。Seeing is believing. This is where I start. The seeing is believing. It's a simple yet powerful expression that has been discussed in the past TEDx talks as well as the forums. I'm not here to discuss whether it is true or not true, but let me flip it around here at TEDxFukuoka. Believing is seeing. Because even though I'm blind, I believe I can see. Our life is visually oriented. WYSIWYG. Does this word ring anybody's bell? Okay, the answer, what you see is what you get. Back in the 80s, when the personal computers became available, working on a word processor, what we saw on the screen wasn't what we got. It's just a black screen and letters. So we didn't know how it comes out until we print out. Same as that word, when the World Wide Web and Internet came in the early 90s, so we had to code HTML to create our own homepage. We didn't know how it looks until we publish it. Same as the photography, there is no exception. Shooting photo with film, we consider the viewfinder and setting the aperture and the shutter speed, and based on the ASA, a film speed, then hopefully it come out okay. And we see the result when the film is developed and came back from the lab. So we had to trust ourselves to see. Nowadays, on the other hand, the working on the word processor, what you see on the computer screen is what you get when printed. Creating the website is as easy as dragging and dropping the components, and the preview is instant. When you take pictures, we see the trusty LCD screen on your digital camera and smartphones so that you get the great pictures. So what you see is what you get. What a wonderful life it is. And I was taking advantage of it. I've been taking advantage of it. However, what I see and what I get is the ancient black screen of DOS waiting for a command prompt. I am adventitiously blind. That means I know what it is to see. In 2009, I lost my vision instantly. I lost my vision by glaucoma caused by idiopathic dilated cardiomyopathy, which is that incurable heart disease. I had a stroke in my eyes instead of my brain. A decade ago, my doctor gave me 1 year to live. But, seeing's believing, I'm right here, right now. I went through the many strokes, but instead of being paralyzed, I lost my eyes. I was a free functional man in Japanese society. Decent job, decent salary, paying and paying taxes. So I had the independence, I had the responsibility, and most importantly, freedom. Freedom of choice, freedom to travel, and freedom of expression. So my expression is photography. I've been capturing the vivid moment in my life. But my light went out. Through the hospital window, I was looking at the sky. I thought it's such a gloomy gray and gloomy dark skies. But I heard that it was a beautiful sunset. This is when I noticed that I lost the sense of color, and soon after, the sense of light followed. In a hospital bed, I thought I would kill myself if I'm going to be stuck inside for the rest of my life. This is when I learned to use the computer again with the assistive technologies. Well, so it was the time for me to hit the reset switch of my life. So looking through the website, I found a Batman. I'm not talking about the Batman in the terms of the movie or a comic superhero, but a person who refers as a real-life Batman. His name is Daniel Kish. So he's the first person that I've known of to apply the echolocation that bats and dolphins use for human use. What is echolocation? It is basically seeing by hearing. Hear to see. What a fascinating idea. But after a few email exchanges, I decided to get out from the bed and flew to Los Angeles to meet this real-time Batman. So going through the echolocation training, which he calls Flash Sonar, and the cane technique with the long cane, as you see, this is longer than what the most blind people have. I'm stepping closer to the freedom. I even made it. I made it on the first page of the Los Angeles Times. So, what is Flash Sonar? Well, Daniel demonstrated it in the TED 2015 that the title is how to use a sonar to navigate the world. That I highly recommend you watch it when you have a chance. Well, this is basically how the sonar works. So, 皆さん少しだけ目をつぶっていただいてよろしいでしょうか。Please close your eyes. I'm just giving you a quick demonstration. Then listen. Shh. 聞こえますか? So you hear something like this. This is pretty much nothing. But how about this time? 今度はいかがでしょうか? Shh. いかがでしょうか? So, did you hear any differences? Well, so now you can hear the sonar with your ears. So we do not, I think neither Daniel nor I use this sonar to keep saying shh to get around. We use tongue clicks. The tongue clicks basically, the click bounces off from the object, and like hearing the echo to process the image, process the sound in my brain in a visual cortex to perceive the image. So when I heard this, the flash sonar idea, I thought I could apply it to the photography. So the keener and sharper click will give the more details and more details of what I see, which is pretty similar to what the strong flash, camera flash does. And when we need to get quiet in a quiet place that we don't need a loud click, then using just a soft click, as if I used a diffuser on my camera flash. The camera, it is useful for the shooting the photos, like the landscape photos, the moving objects or subjects, and the people. But what the most useful, what is so useful is that if I'm shooting something that I don't want to touch, I don't want to stick my fingers into the cactus or delicious-looking food, whether it's hot or cold. So by making the click, by throwing the few clicks, I can tell how far or how close I should get, and how much depth of the field that I should expect. And with my instinct and my experience, setting the shutter speed and the aperture to get how to get the best effect from the motion blur. With the flash sonar, I'm in control. Since I learned the flash sonar applied to the blind photography, my life has been changed dramatically. So I go out comfortably and confidently, and I hang out with the friends all over the world to take in photo enthusiastically. On the other hand, there are many blind and handicapped people out there who are stuck inside, overprotected and limited by the Japanese society that offers sympathy rather than opportunity. If you see someone around you who has the disability, please give them a chance. Let them discover what the independence, responsibility, and freedom is, because they are far more capable than we can imagine. Okay, so this is my before finishing off, I'd like to share you something. Some of you may have heard about Jonathan Mann, who is known as the Song a Day man who writes the song every day. He has performed in the past TED-Med and TEDx Broadway. When he wrote the song for me, I told him that I am blind, I removed my eyes, and I've got a pair of green prosthetics. And he said, "Congrats." Well, I'm glad he paid attention to what I gained through the blindness, not what I've lost. So here is the slideshow. Here's a slideshow, and the seeing is believing. I'm going to leave it up to you that the seeing is believing that this blind photographer's vision is sound.
He prefers to spell broccoli with an L, uses echolocation to get around. He can tell you how far the nearest wall is, He can tell you the height from the ceiling to the ground. Even though he's lost his eyes, he still takes pictures all the time. Ryo Hirosawa, Ryo Hirosawa, Ryo Hirosawa, Ryo Hirosawa. He's temporary eyeballs, and he wants green ones, but for some reason his doctor thinks he's nuts. And his friend Daryl wants him to play the wind synthesizer again, and I agree wholeheartedly, no ifs, ands, or buts. 'Cause even though he lost his eye, he still takes pictures all the time. He's Ryo Hirosawa, Ryo Hirosawa. He's Ryo Hirosawa, Ryo Hirosawa. That's Ryo Hirosawa, Ryo Hirosawa. He's Ryo Hirosawa, Ryo Hirosawa.
Well, thank you very much. ありがとうございました。